Yep. And welcome back. Is getting ready for game 2 here, and first game didn't go Maquoketa's way exactly as they end up falling short to Benton Community in game 1, 6-2. That'll make Benton 6-6 on the season, 4-4 in the Walmac, and dropping Maquoketa to 2-6 overall, 2-6 in conference play. And the starting lineups for game 2 for Benton: Taylor Robinson will be the shortstop leading off, Angie Gorkow at third base, Gabby McKee in left field, Brielle Hogan be the catcher in game 2, Megan Gorkow at second, Jayden Ties out in center, Sarah Gorkow will be the designated hitter, and she'll be batting for the starting pitcher, Tegan Voigt. At first base is Carson Semmelroth, and out in right field is Olivia Jans. That's the Benton Bobcat lineup. And now for your hometown Maquoketa Cardinal lineup. Leading off is Hope Meyer in center field, Sydney Taylor at shortstop, Claire Hackman behind the plate, Carlene Paul will be the designated hitter, hitting for Cassidy Frazier out in right field, Tenley Cavanaugh at second, Michaela Birkin at first, Abby Strathman at third, Jenna Wiebengay will be the pitcher in game 2, and Addie Bowman in left field to round out the Cardinal starting lineup. And joining me back here is Kate Cavanaugh. And Kate, by this, you've seen this team play quite a few times this year. How do they defer from game 1 to game 2 in some of these situations? They play better in game 2, or is it a 50-50 coin flip?
Yep, it's kind of one of those situations. Let's decide what team kind of shows up. You know, they basically have the same, pretty much the same lineup. I know we switch out our catchers, switch out the pitchers here, so you know that's a huge component. You know, so I guess it just kind of depends. You know how the pitching goes. Jenna does a great job out there on the mound, but, you know, as any young pitcher, sometimes you can hit your spots. They're just real natural. Sometimes you get in a little struggle. So, yeah, just
50-50 coin flip.
50-50 coin flip. That sounds
let's
good.
let's hope that the first game, if it was heads, at the second game it's tails.
Right.
You know, we talked about switching out the catchers and stuff, and the Cardinals have a unique catcher in game 2, and Claire Hackman, who's a left-handed throwing catcher, which you don't see very often.
You don't see very often. I've had the pleasure to coach Claire in the past, and, you know, when she kind of just decided that that's what she wanted to do, you know, the other coaches and I had some conversation, you know, do you have a left-handed catcher? And then it's like, well, why not, you know?
Yeah, some coaches won't even consider it probably.
Right. And then actually I've coached Cassidy Frazier too, and she also catches, and she's also left-handed.
Is there any kind of advantage to it at all, even for the throw down to third base at any time maybe? But
would be just the opposite advantage.
It's something you don't see, and a novelty maybe. And
I think it's definitely, you know, different for your pitcher, you know, to throw to someone who's left-handed. But obviously, Jenna and Claire have a lot, of experience together.
And they're usually the battery in game 2, so they're probably used to each other, and they probably played together in the past, too.
They have, exactly. Claire has caught many games for Jenna, so they are used to one another. They work very well together.
All right, well, we're getting ready here to start game 2, and Benton Community Bobcats will be led off by the shortstop in this game, Taylor Robinson. Jenna will enter the pitching circle and start her out with a fastball inside, ball 1. So just underway here in game 2. Benton was victorious 6-2 in game 1. And the 1-0 from Weeben Gaze.
Ooh.
Swung on and fouled off.
Her bat flew out of her hand. It's down here in front of our stands on the third baseline.
And it actually went through the fence halfway. Through the handle, came through the fence.
The handle came through the bat, or came through the fence. You're right.
You know, I know somebody else used to do that a lot back in youth ball. That was my daughter. She would hit it and just roll the bat over towards the dugout. It took her about 2 years to get her broken of that habit, too. Well, the 1-1 now. Taylor's got her bat retrieved. Back in the batter's box. Pops it straight up towards shortstop. Sydney Taylor battling the sun a little bit, but makes the catch for out number 1.
Now up to the plate, number 6, third base, Angie Gorkow.
You know, we were talking about the Gorkow, I'm guessing, family somewhere along the line?
Oh, I did a little research.
Okay.
They're sisters.
Really? Are they no twins or any of that?
They're not. One's a senior, one's a junior, one's a freshman. They just happen to be close in age, so I did a little research between games.
Nice. You're learning fast.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I can get Coakley to do something like that.
Well, you let him know he can do research in between games.
But I did notice that they were 6, 7, and 8, so I don't know if it's by age or what. I didn't look that up. But Angie Gorkow, the third baseman, is up. She takes the first pitch for a strike. And the 0-1 is popped straight up down first base line and handled easily by the first baseman down there, Michaela Birkin, for the second out.
Batting for the Bobcats, number 15, left field, Gabby McKee.
Yeah, Chad's too worried about what's at the concession stand in between games than getting information. But I give him a hard time. That'll bring up Gabby McKee, the left fielder. And she'll pop one up just out by a shortstop, but Sydney Taylor sprints out into the outfield and makes the over-the-head catch to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Benton Bobcats. We'll head to the bottom of the first, and Cardinals looking to do some damage right off the bat when we come back on KMAQ. That was a heck of a play.
That was amazing. She ended up out in center, short center.
I'm glad I'm getting some internet out here. I'm using a different feed. I can't get the press box from the baseball. They have a Wi-Fi box in there now.
Yeah, it should reach here.
It doesn't. Not
doesn't?
very well. I'm using the MCSD Open.
Yeah.
And it barely has a signal, but it's going out. So.
Ooh, I'd say something to the tech guys. It should work over here.
Didn't. I think all they need to do is put a repeater in the concession box is all they would need to do. And welcome back here to the softball field here at Jack Marlowe Sports Complex and in behind the high school here in Maquoketa. And Hope Meyer will lead things off for the Cardinals, followed by Sydney Taylor and Claire Hackman.
Dale, I was thinking about those Gurkoff girls. Those parents are getting their money's worth. I mean, they, one entry fee, get to see 3 daughters play. That's a good deal.
Well, you and Ray almost made it close on that, right?
Right. That's true.
Just not close enough. Then you guys end up having to go to different places all the time.
That's true. Especially when you do opposite genders. That's where he's at tonight.
Yep. Hope Meyer will take the first pitch. Strike 1 called. And hits the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball down to third. And a nice play down there again by Angie Gorkow to retire Meyer for the first out. I'll bring up the shortstop, Sydney Taylor, who's called strike 1, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt and at Taylor's feet. She does a little jumpity skip to avoid it, and it's 1-1. Jumpity skip, is that even a thing? That's the first thing that popped in my head.
That sounds great.
And this 1-1 is fouled off behind home plate, 1-2. Tegan Vogt, the pitcher, has appeared in 4 games in 5 1/3 innings. Takes the comebacker, goes off her glove, goes out to Gorkow a third, and the throw to first is not in time to get Taylor. Taylor's safe on the infield single.
Number 6, catcher Claire Hackman.
Bring up the left-hander, Claire Hackman. First pitch is outside by Vogt. 1-0 the count. Bob Gavin asking if they're going to call that last one a hit. How many of those did you get in your record-setting hit? And outside again, 3-0 to Hackman. I'm a big proponent of having fun while doing a broadcast. 3-0 pitches down the middle, 3-1. The votes have been tallied and you're overruled. It's a hit. Inside and high, Hackman will walk on ball 4.
If they're clarifying some signs or just maybe giving her some encouraging words.
Like, hey, my glove is over here. Harleen Paul, the designated hitter. Called strike on the 1-0, evens the count, 1-1. Something cooking big here with 1 out and bases loaded for Tenley Cavanaugh.
Number 9, second base, Tenley Cavanaugh.
This would be a great time to drive one to the green space, Dale.
I was just going to say, Kate, if you're going to need to be quiet in this situation, I would totally understand.
Turn that mic down.
And Vogt's first pitch to Cavanaugh is outside and low, ball 1. Swings at the second pitch. It's out of play behind the backstop, 1-1. You know, it's not easy, you know, when you have one of your kids playing while you're doing this, but as Tenley grounds one right underneath the third baseman's glove, that'll score Taylor. Cardinals take an early 1-0 lead. Bases remain loaded with 1 out. It's a good piece of hitting there by Tenley, sneaking that one in. Picks up an RBI as well. Bring up Michaela Birkin. Cardinals up 1-0, bottom of the first. Birkin will send one foul just outside the fence, down right field. As I say, it's not easy doing this with your kids. I didn't really have to worry about much except for in garbage time in basketball. And then we did the first baseball game on Monday night. And, of course, my son's out with an injury that night. So I still don't know where it really feels like in the heat of the moment on radio. But
just be quiet. I think that for me, that would be it.
But, see, I can't do that.
Right.
0-2 as the fastball is called for a strike to Birkin.
A change-up right there.
And this is for ball 1. 1-2 now to Birkin. 1 down, bases loaded. Cardinals are already up 1-0. Threatening for more. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strikeout will be out number 2. And it'll be up to Abby Strathman to put some damage here on the Bobcats.
This pitcher has an interesting delivery. I don't know if you've noticed or not, whether I feel like she's kind of stopping short.
Kind of stiff-legged, too.
Yeah.
And that pitch is low for ball 1. Yeah, she doesn't look like she generates a lot of power in a windup either. Ground ball down to third. She'll just take 2 steps to her right, step on the bag to end the inning. On the fielder's choice, the Cardinals do score 1 run on 3 hits. There were 3 left. And after 1, Cardinals have a 1-0 lead. We'll come back with the top of the second here on KMAQ. Call me
Lead the bottom of
maybe.
the first with 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. Coming up for the Bobcats, Brielle Hogan,
Sun
Megan
must be down just
Gorkow,
enough now.
and Jaden Tice.
Or that's behind, it's behind a big cloud, one or the other.
And back here in Maquoketa, where the Cardinal girls are off to a good start in game 2, as they have a 1-0 lead as we head to the second inning. And up for the Bobcats, they'll have 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Brielle Hogan, their catcher, Megan Gorkow, the second baseman, and Jaden Tice, the center fielder. Claire Hackman just coming out of the dugout to with all her gear on as she was left stranded on the base pass there at the end of that inning. So Brielle Hogan.
Leading off the top of the second for the Bobcats.
It's kind of interesting. Your
11,
number 4 hitter
catcher,
didn't play in the
Brielle
first
Hogan.
game.
Oh, she didn't?
No. Something you don't really see. And Weebengay's done warming up, so as it called ball 1 low to Hogan to start things off here in the top of the second. Weebengay's pitch swung on and fouled down the third base line and evens the count 1-1. Yeah, not much of a breeze here tonight, is there?
No.
It's stifling up in here. 1-1 count. Weebengay has the sign, and the pitch is high for ball 2. Weebengay takes a little bit more time than Carlene does so far, I've noticed. Pitch is in the zone, swung on, ground ball to Strathman down a third, throw over to first is in time to get Hogan for 1 away.
Out for the Bobcats.
She bobbled it just a little bit there,
Second
but nice
Megan
recovery
Gorkow.
from Abby Strathman.
Luckily, she had to cut in front of the shortstop to get the ball, so the angle of the throw wasn't as long as way over a third,
Right.
so I cut down on distance at least a little bit to help her out. So we're up to second baseman, Megan Gorkow. She'll take ball 1 high.
You were talking about Jenna taking a little bit longer. She's in the back of the circle when she's taking her sign and then stands on the mound. I think Carlene takes her signs from the mound. Maybe a little
There's
bit
a
of
high
difference.
pop fly out to left field. Nice running catch by Addie Bowman as she caught it just as she was crossing the foul line. And it's stuck in the glove for the
Beautiful.
second out. There's that speed again. We were talking about she had the speed to get to it.
And she just didn't give up on it. You know what? The glove was out there open, just went for it. Beautiful job.
So with 2 down, Cardinals still on top. 1-0 here in the top of the second here in Maquoketa. Jaden Tice, the center fielder, will come up to bat. And Weebengay's first pitch swung on. Liner up the middle, avoids Weebengay and Tenley Kavanaugh's gloves as it goes into right center for a base hit.
Now batting for the Bobcats, number 7, designated hitter, Sarah Gorkow.
I'll bring up this designated hitter, Sarah Gorkow.
If we added one more to our outfielders right now, we'd have a really decent 4x1 team.
That's true.
Crossing sports there.
There's a high pop fly. Gorkow out toward past second base. Tenley Kavanaugh drifts out to the outfield, makes the catch. That'll end the inning for the Bobcats, who get no runs on 1 hit, no errors. There was 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom of the second with the Cardinals batting 8-9-1 when we come back on KMAQ.
Covered some great ground. I mean, how far Addie went, you know,
Yep.
Tenley covered some ground there. That was awesome.
It's called old-fashioned want to,
Right.
which a lot of this generation don't have anymore.
Yeah.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base.
I can't figure out what it is about her release, that pitcher. She just
She's just stiff.
looks really different to me.
I don't think she's had any lessons by the looks of it, to be honest with you.
Like
And
her back hip-
here in
back hip
Maquoketa,
doesn't follow through.
yeah, Kate and I here in the break, we're talking about the Benton Community pitcher looking a little stiff out there and her motion as she finishes up her warm-ups with the Cardinals coming up to bat in the bottom of the second, leading 1-0. And our Maquoketa pitcher will lead off things here in the bottom of the second with Jenna Wiebengay. Umpire cleans off the plate. And Vogt will start her off with a fastball down the middle, and it's fouled away by Wiebengay. Hey, that rhymes. Fouled away by Wiebengay.
When you go to away games, they never can say
Oh,
Wiebengay.
why Benga?
Waibenga.
Yep, I'm sure that's
I announced a couple games last year just on purpose, obviously, just to get her attention and call her Wibenga or Waibengay or, you know, mess it up on purpose.
1-1 to Jenna. It's hit out into left field. Left fielder's not going to be able to get to it. Overrun totally through their order yet as the number 9 hitter comes up, Addie Bowman. Addie tries to bunt the high pitch, and it's fouled away, 0-1. Did they ever mispronounce Tenley's name on their own?
Yes, Kavanaugh does get mispronounced.
Addie gets the bunt down on the second pitch. Third baseman charges in, throws to first, gets Addie in time. So that's a tremendous play again by Gorkow at third. She has a great arm.
Number 2, center fielder.
But that does move Wiebengay over to second on the play. So 1 down, bottom of the second. That'll bring up the top of the order and Hope Meyer. Wiebengay out at second. Cardinals up 1-0, and Meyer swings at a high pitch, strike 1. Vogt pitch, it's ground shortstop. Quick thrower to first in time to get Hope Meyer. And Jenna heads up base running, takes off for third, and slides underneath the tag of
Head first slide.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Sydney Taylor.
Tell you what, shortstop, third baseman on this side, they got some tremendous arms over there.
They sure do. They're quick. Just a quick release.
That ball hits the dirt, gets away from the catcher, slides into home as Wiebengay, and it's 2-0 in favor of Maquoketa as Jenna helps herself out by scoring the run.
Coach Nelson and I had a conversation a while back about, you know, a situation like that. Really, there's no time for Coach Nelson to tell that runner, hey, you've got to go. So it's kind of a green light at that point. You know what I mean? They have to see that ball passed and just take off. So great job to Jenna on that.
So the home plate umpire has cleaned off the plate after the slide at home, and Vogt's pitch to Sydney Taylor is high for ball 2. Taylor waiting for Vogt's 2-0 pitch. Now gets it. It's low. Ball 3. 3-0. The 3-0 is not. Oh, that is called strike. Looked a little high to me from up here, but called strike 1. 3-1. And a little, excuse me, swing. Tapper goes to the pitcher. Vogt picks it up. Throws Taylor out at first. That'll end the inning for the Cardinals, but they do score another run on one hit There was no errors and nobody left. We'll head to the third here in game 2 with Cardinals on top, 2-0 over Benton on KMAQ.
I don't think she was going to swing at that, and then decided at the last second. Dang it, Sid.
No errors
That's
and
okay.
no runners left on base. Coming up for the Bobcats.
Okay, if we can keep scoring 1, everyone, and they don't,
Yeah.
we'll be good in the end.
Robinson. After 2 full innings of softball, the score is Benton 0, Cardinals 2.
Oh, I missed. And welcome back here to the softball field where Maquoketa is on top 1-0 over the Benton Bobcats here, or 2-0, I'm sorry, here in game 2 as we go to the top of the third. And Kate, you mentioned in the break there that, hey, this is pretty nice. We just keep scoring 1 run every inning, keep them to 0, and it all works out in the end, right?
That if my math is correct.
Well, the level 3 games must be over because the student section just filled up with a bunch of baseball players. So
Yep, there they did.
I know they were up 5-0 there and during the break, and they all moved over to the softball field to watch the girls play. And for Benton, we'll lead things off with their 8-9-1 Carson Semaroff, number 8 hitter at the plate. Lee McGay has the sign and the wind-up. Swung on down third base. Strathman has it in the glove. Throws to first to Birkin for 1 away on 1 pitch.
Up now for Benton, number 5, right field, Olivia Jans.
That'll bring up the 8th grader for Benton Community, Olivia Jans, right fielder in this game.
We know from the last game she's not a power left hitter, so we've got our defense shifted here to cover the slap defense.
Yep, but she has got some speed out there. High pitch is called ball 1. Tenley's almost closer to the home plate from second base than the pitcher is, as she'll slap it down to third. Abby lets it go foul.
Smart Abby, smart.
As it went, she went to go field it and saw it's going to curve going foul and let it go through the wickets.
I mean, it was just a couple feet shy of third base before it went out.
Yep.
So.
That's one of them ride or die moves there. And she lived on that one. So 1-1 the count on Jans as she's back in the batter's box. And she tries to slap again, and it goes foul off the backstop. 1-2.
Now she's going to switch over and hit right side.
Can you do that? So I guess you can do that.
Yeah, yep, she's doing it.
Tried it left a couple times. Now we're going to hit her right. I thought you could only do that in practice. Swing and a miss. Foul. They're going to say foul ball. So that's going to start a conversation up here, I can tell already.
Yep, there's
Can you do that?
Obviously you can. Otherwise the umpire would, he would know. So.
Well, not necessarily, but that's me and umpires.
Right.
That's why I'm in the booth. I don't get in trouble up here anymore. 1-2. Yeah, it's a liner right to Sid Taylor. She didn't have to move, just put the glove up, catch the ball, and it's out number 2.
Up now for the Bobcats, shortstop, number 4, Taylor Robinson.
So I'll go back to the top of the order for the Bobcats and bring up the shortstop, Taylor Robinson. She popped out to Sydney Taylor at short last at bat. Hits a hard ground ball to Taylor this time. Nice backhanded play by Taylor and a strong throw to first. And another 1-2-3 inning for Benton. Cardinals playing some great defense here in game 2. There was no runs, no hit. I just changed the inning on my thing.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Coming up for the Cardinals, Blair Hackman, Carleen Paul and Tenley Kavanaugh.
Preston. If I'd have been on the ball, I would have told him to bring us some Gino's Pizza back.
Is it on the way yet?
I just asked him if he's on the way. Are you on your way yet? Where are you?
And back here in Maquoketa, the Cardinal girls go to the bottom of the third with a 2-0 lead. They'll have up to 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the lineup. Claire Hackman, the catcher, Carleen Paul, the designated hitter, and Tenley Kavanaugh, the second baseman. So is Ray listening then, by the way? Do you know?
He heard us the first inning of the first game. Oh, he is on his way.
So I hope
just
he's just coming from Preston, so I hope he has the radio on and listening to us. But you've been trying to tell him, bring us some Gino's Pizza here, but he'll be here before the end of the game. So.
Right. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see if he sends me another message, whether he's listening.
Ray, if you are listening, bring the pizza. So it looks like we have a pitching change. And they don't have numbers on the front of their jersey, so I can't tell who that is yet. She was and first pitch is called strike. 13 was the pitcher in the first game. So it looks like Kate Busher's back in on the mound, who pitched game 1. Replacing Vogt. And the count goes to 1-1, and the ball called. 1-1 is just outside. 2-1 the count. Here's a ground ball out to second. Goes right between the wickets into center field. And Claire Hackman's on first on the error.
Designated hitter number 13, Carleen Paul.
So Carleen Paul now in the batter's box, designated hitter. Hackman at first. First pitch is called ball out just outside part of the plate.
Dale, it doesn't sound like we're getting any pizza. Sorry.
So, ball 2. I'm a little disappointed in Ray then. I'm hungry, Ray.
We'll have to plan better next time.
Oh, the 2-0 from Busher. And they're going to say
tipped her.
They're going to say it hit her Carleen's elbow. I think Carleen was kind of surprised by the call too, so I don't know if it did or not, because she kind of looked back like, huh?
Right.
But she'll take first base on the hit by pitch. Hackman will go to second. And that'll bring up Tenley Kavanaugh. And she'll put one right into the gap in between right and center, drops. And they're going to score Hackman all the way from second. Paul ends up at third. Tenley will have to stay at first, so she kind of was waiting to see what was going to happen with the runners in front of her, and they got the ball in. But a nice RBI single for Tenley Kavanaugh.
Base hit brings up first base, number 12.
So the formula is going again here in the third inning, Kate. Score
I
one.
wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, I will jinx it. I'm good at doing that in baseball games.
We have no outs, though, so we've got 2 more runners on base. We just need put a couple more base hits together here.
So now stepping in the batter's box, Michaela Birkin. First pitch, he gets it right to the pitcher. Goes between her legs, but the shortstop is there to back her up and make the out. Is Robinson to first. So that'll score Paul. Tenley is safe at second. So there's the first out.
Tenley rounded second a little bit and had to dive back. That's a good job.
Abby Strathman puts it into play, and that's way out the outfield.
Oh, no, it's not.
Hits the bottom of the fence on a one hop. Tenley will score easily. Strathman to second with the double and the RBI. She gave that one a run.
I don't know if I could do this, Dale. All right.
When it's good?
Yes. I'm not a quiet spectator very often.
Hey, it's expected. We're not, it's not like we're seasoned professionals either. We just play one. First pitch to Jenna Wiebengay is called strike one. Cardinals now leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. Swung on out to second base, little pop-up, caught by second baseman Gorkow. Strathman stays put at second base, and there's two down.
Number 1, Addie Bowman.
I'll bring up the left fielder, Addie Bowman. Gets right in the front of that batter's box.
There's a lot of them that have been real close to the front. I've been noticing that. I think I first noticed it on Tenley, but Jenna was just up there. Addie's up there.
Counts 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike one. Evens count 1-1. Five to nothing Cardinals on top. Bottom of the fourth. Or excuse me, we're in the bottom of third. I'm one inning ahead of myself. Sorry, bottom of the third. And strike call 1-2. Evens count with the ball 2-2. Ball 3 out, just outside. Runs count full with 2 outs. Strathman at second. Addie Bowman, the batter. And hits a line drive right at Gorkow at second base, who puts it in the glove to end the Cardinal inning. But not before the Cardinals put up 3 more runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left on.
Coming up for the Bobcats, Angie Gorkow, Gabby McKee.
We play Saturday tournaments 3 out of the next 4 weekends. 3 out of the next 4 Saturdays.
I was thinking about doing this Saturday on MCSN because next Saturday we have Caden's graduation party.
Oh, okay.
But with doing games every single night this week, except for Friday so far, I'm way behind on getting stuff done for that. And I still got to finish planting garden out the farm.
Right.
So I might not go Saturday now and do that. I was going to try and talk my daughter into it if she wasn't working. Plus, I've only had one night where I haven't done this in like the last 7. I'm kind of starting to hit that little wall, and I got tomorrow night yet. And back here at the softball field where the Cardinal girls enjoy a 5-0 lead, we go to the top of the fourth. And due up for the Benton Bobcats are the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, starting off with Angie Gorkow, the third baseman. Gorkow popped up the first baseman back in the first inning in her first at bat. And the pitch from Jenna is low, ball 1. And the 1-0 from Wiebengay, swung on foul third base line on the line drive, so it evens the count at 1-1. And Wiebengay with the 1-1 pitch. Swung on line drive, shot to left field for a base hit. Bowman gets it in quickly to Kavanaugh at second. So Gorkow leads off the inning for Benton with a single.
15, left fielder Gabby McKee.
They'll bring up the left fielder, Gabby McKee, who popped up to Sydney Taylor on a nice over-the-shoulder catch back in the first. Yeah, Jenna takes a lot more time in between pitches than Carlene, that's for sure. Has a sign, lined up, pitch is high for ball 1. 5-0 Cardinals, top of the fourth here in game 2. Benton came away with a 6-2 win in game 1. Weeman Gay's pitch is high for ball 2. So the 2-0 from Weeman Gay is high for ball 3.
But she has gotten called. She doesn't pause enough. So then you have to present the ball in your glove. She's gotten called on that a lot. Well, not a lot, but sure. So when we play, they wear bands, and so Ryan, they get a
3-0 is high as well, ball 4. So she walks McKee on 4 straight pitches.
Gets the call, looks at her band, and then gets on the
Gorkow will go down to second.
Bobcats, number 11, catcher.
And I'll bring up the catcher, Brielle Hogan. So 2 on. Runners at second and first for the Bobcats. No outs here in the top of the fourth. And another ball high to Hogan for ball 1. Jenna is waiting for the sign from the catcher. Has the sign. Now I'll step up to the pitching rubber. And another high one. 5 straight pitches that have been high. It's 2-0. So Weeman Gay run into a little bit of trouble here in the top of the fourth. And they try and bunt on 2-0, and it's tick foul. Even makes the count 2-1. If you're looking to get out and see some softball action, level 2 girls will be here in the, let me see here, I lost my place. The level 3 girls will be here on the home field diamond tomorrow against Solon at noon. That one's fouled away. 2-2. Varsity girls will next be in action this Saturday in a tournament down in Anamosa. Games, I think, start at like 9 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. I seen that come out the other day.
They play Beckman, 9 o'clock.
That involves Beckman Catholic, East Buchanan, Bellevue Marquette, Midland, Waukon, and West Liberty as well as Anamosa. And that Hogan takes the 2-2 pitch and hits just a little number out past the second base into center field for a base hit, and that's going to load him up with no outs for Benton. With Megan Gorkow coming up to plate. She flied out to left on a nice catch by Addie Bowman back in the second inning. Now Coach Nelson will come out and have a talk with Jenna out the pitcher mound. Or I guess it's not a mound in softball, it's a pitching circle, right?
Pitching circle.
So I'll get it. So after that tournament in Anamosa on Saturday morning, girls' next action will be on Monday, June 10th. They'll be here back at home against the Independence Mustangs for a doubleheader starting at 6. And then on Wednesday, June 12th, they will travel to Williamsburg to take on the Raiders in a conference doubleheader starting at 6 as well. So the mound visit, circle visit. See, it's tough to go
pitching
back
rubber
when you're used to doing the other one. Conference is over. Weeman Gay's first pitch is ball 1 to Megan. Megan Gorkow. The 1-0 swung on, high fly ball out to left field. It hits the bottom of the fence. Addie Bowman's right there to bring it back throw it into Sydney Taylor to keep the damage minimal. So 1 run will score as Megan scores her sister Angie Gorkow from third. Gabby McKee will end up at third. Bria Hogan to second. And Megan Gorkow is just held with a long single and an RBI at first base. That'll make the score 5-1 here in the top of the fourth. Batter for Benton will be Jaden Ties, Jaden Ties, the center fielder. And Weedman Gay's first pitch is called strike 1. And the 0-1 just a bit inside. Count goes to 1-1. Upcoming schedule for the varsity baseball boys. Tomorrow night they'll be here on the home diamond against the Benton Community Bobcat boys. Doubleheaders starting at 5 p.m. on the home diamond here behind us. The level 2 baseball boys will be at home against Solon on Friday at noon for a doubleheader. And the varsity baseball boys on Monday will be at home again against the Independence Mustangs for a doubleheader starting at 5 p.m. Followed by Wednesday back here at home again in a non-conference game against highly thought of North Scott. There's a line single into left field by Jaden Thies. That's going to score 2 runs. McKee and Hogan score for Benton to make the score 5-3. Megan Gaskow gets held at third. Jaden Thies will end up at second with a double and 2 RBIs. So Benton doing some damage here in the top of the fourth. They cut that 5-0 lead down to 5-3 now. Still the Cardinals on top, but there are no outs. Sarah Gorkow is now at the plate. Fouls the first pitch off. It's 0-1. So Ray is showing up in the press box here, empty-handed, like we thought, as Sarah Gorkow grounds one out to Sydney Taylor at short. That'll score Megan, as Gorkow's been scored by another Gorkow this inning. Sydney throws out Sarah at first, but she does pick up the RBI with Megan scoring. Jaden Thies will stay at second, and the Cardinals do have 1 out, but the lead is now down to 1 at 5-4. They'll bring up number 8 hitter Carson Semmelroth. And she'll take first pitch for ball 1, 1-0. High for ball 2, 2-0. And the 2-0 from Wiebengay is high, ball 3. The 3-0 called strike 1. Cardinals hanging on to a 5-4 lead here in the top of the fourth. 1 on, Ties down at second. 1 out, a high fly ball hit out to center field. Hope Meyer going back, unable to make the catch as it one-hops the fence. Gets it in to Sid Taylor. Going to throw it home. It's too late to catch Thies, who scores from second base to tie it up all at 5 here in Maquoketa with 1 out in the top of the fourth.
Up now for the Bobcats, number 5, right field, Olivia Jantz.
So Olivia Jantz will come up, number 9 hitter. Lined out to Sydney Taylor at short in her first at bat. Home plate needs to be cleaned again. Weavengay is on the pitching rubber. And the pitch outside low gets away from Hackman at catcher, and that'll allow Summeroff to go over to third base. The 1-0 from Weavengay, just a bit high. Ball 2. And I was trying to, what do you call that again?
Drag bunt.
Drag bunt. Well, she missed it, so it's 2-1. Well, she'll try again this time, but fouls away. 2-2. And the wheels have kind of come off here in the fourth, haven't they, Kate?
Right. Just a little bit. I'm wondering if she's going to go to the other side now. Yep, she is.
Every time she gets 2 strikes, she'll go over to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll pop one down the left field line. Addie Bowman giving chase. Makes a nice catch at the fence for the out. But that'll allow Summeroff to score the go-ahead 6th run of the inning. And Bobcats will take 6-5 lead on the sacrifice fly by Jans. So back to the top of the order for Benton with Taylor Robinson, the shortstop. Just take strike 1 called. So 2 outs. Oh, 1 to Robinson. Ball 1 high. And the 1-1 from Weavengay is popped up out towards shallow right field. Frazier comes in, makes the catch, and the Cardinals finally get out of the inning. Unfortunately, they gave up 6 runs on 4 hits. There was no errors and nobody left on. But Benton takes the lead, 6-5. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th when we come back on KMAQ.
Coming up for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th, Hope Meyer, Sydney Taylor, and Claire Ackman.
So hot. I'm so hot.
Can you fan us, Ray? Can you get something to fan us? I would do it for you. I just noticed last night when I was packing up, there's an air conditioner in the back. I said, wait, this been on.
Center fielder, number 2, Hope Meyer.
And back here at the softball field, here behind the high school in Maquoketa. Benton Community scored 6 runs there in the top of the 4th here and took a 6-5 lead. And the Cardinals will come up to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. They'll have the top of their order up, starting off with Hope Myers, center fielder, followed by Sydney Taylor and Claire Hackman. Meyer puts it on the ground, They're going to call just foul ball as it kept straddling the line between fair, foul, coming back and forth like a snake in its way down there. But fortunately, the first baseman picked it up in foul territory, so it's just a strike, and it'll be 0-1 to Meyer. Second pitch is outside. Ball 1-1. And fouled away for strike 2, 1-2. Busher's 1-2 pitch, swung on, and it's just going to go foul down the third base line this time. Count will stay 1-2, and Hope Meyer will have to come all the way back, retrieve her bat, get back in the batter's box.
She definitely would have been safe on that one. She was all the way down there before she picked it up.
So Meyer back in the box, and she'll take ball 2 low to even the count at 2-2. The 2-2, Meyer swinging and miss, strike 3 for 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
To the plate now, number 5, shortstop.
So Sydney Taylor will be the batter. Shortstop singled and grounded out to the pitcher on an excuse me swing, but back in the second. Hits a ground ball. Pitcher is able to knock it down, pick it up, throw it over to first for the second out. So with 2 down, Claire Hackman, the catcher, will come up. She has walked and reached on an error in her 2 at-bats. And first pitch is just outside, ball 1. So 2 down, bottom of the fourth. Cardinals trailing now 6-5. And ball 2 from Busher to Claire Hackman, who's at the plate. 2-0 is outside. 3-0. Called strike 1. And the 3-1 is low. Ball 4. Hackman draws second walk of the game.
Up now from Maquoketa.
Now bring up the designated hitter, Carlene Paul, who has singled to left and was hit by a pitch in her 2 previous appearances at the plate in game 2. First pitch outside, ball 1.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Is it official now?
That's what my watch is doing. I just saw it on Twitter as well.
1-0, high, ball 2.
That tells me that Zobrist is not coming back.
Maybe we're wearing her down a little bit here.
Well, she did pitch the full game 1. Had to come in relief here. Ground ball to second base. Toss over to first. That'll retire Carlene Paul and the Cardinals here in the bottom of the fourth, where the Cardinals scored no runs, no hits, there was no errors, and 1 left. After 4 complete here in Maquoketa, the Cardinals trail the Benton Bobcats 6-5. We'll come back with the 5th here on KMAQ.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base.
Hey, do 2 here, Jimmy, will you?
Benton, Angie Gorkow,
Thank you.
Abby McKee, and Brielle Hogan.
I need to get
After 4 innings of softball, the score is Benton 6.
I know. These things are hot.
Cardinals 5.
strap knees in your ears at the same time. It's a little damp in there.
I think I got bit on the ear.
That stuff work for you, though?
What?
That stuff work for you?
Yeah, I think so.
I had snacks all over the window last night where I was sitting in the press box.
Yeah.
After in between games, got back to right in the window. They just
Oh, good. Where'd you get that at? Is that at Walmart?
My wife, Melaleuca, it's an online place. My wife used to sell that stuff years ago. There's a lot of stuff like that that works really well, but it's all natural ingredients.
Yeah.
Well, our lucky fifth inning comes up next, and Tenley leads it off.
Number 6.
Oh, good.
And back here at the softball diamond,
Angie Gorka.
getting ready to start here at the top of the fifth. And coming up to bat to start the inning for the Benton Bobcats, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. And start off with Angie Gorkow, the third baseman, who has popped up to the first baseman and singled to left in her 2 at bats here in game 2. Almost forgot to take a breath there, Kate. 0-0. She pops a one out to the outfield fence. It's over the power alley fence in left center, and a home run for Angie Gorkow. That was just a quick line drive that got out of here in a hurry. So that'll make it 7-5 here in the top of the fifth.
Now up to the plate for Benton. Number 15, left field, Gabby McKee.
So I'll bring up Gabby McKee. The left fielder was popped up to Sydney Taylor and walked. Weemagay has the sign, and here's the delivery and the pitch. Ground ball out to Sid Taylor. It's short. Throw over to first, but just wide off of Birkin's glove. Goes up against the fence in front of the Benton dugout, and McKee is safe at first on the error. So no outs, runner at first and McKee, and that brings up Brihel Hogan, the catcher for Benton, who has grounded to third and walked. Takes ball high, throw behind the runner. They got her in a rundown. They have to throw to second, but it's way high on the throw and goes out to left field. McKee will stay at second. And Weebengay will ask to have the ball switched out at home plate. Hogan will step back into the batter's box. Weebengay gets the signal. Will step up to the pitching rubber. And the 1-0 pitch, high, ball 2. Been consistently high the last 2 innings, hasn't she?
She has. She just needs to make a small adjustment here.
And the 2-0 pitch, high again for ball 3. Here in the top of the fifth, Cardinals trailing 7-5 to the Benton Bobcats. Dale Scott along with Kate Cavanaugh here. And the 3-0 from Weebengay, called strike 1 to Hogan. And delayed steal down to third, throw down to third, unable to get the tag in time as McKee is safe at third. And the 3-1 pitch is fouled off. Count goes full, 3-2. Weemagay has the sign on the 3-2 pitch. No outs, runner at third. And a high fly ball out to left field. Addie Bowman has a bead on it, makes the catch. Runner from third will tag and score to make the score now 8-5 for the Bobcats.
Number 8, second base, Megan Gorkow.
And now bring up the second baseman, Megan Gorkow. And Kate, there is no fear. This is the 5th inning. The Cardinals haven't batted yet, so your favorite time for the Cardinals to bat's coming up. We'll see what they can do. But they're not going to make it easy on themselves so far,
Right.
are they? Pop up down first baseline, foul. Drop foul, so 0-1 to count. And home plate umpire was out of softballs, so he has to go find some. And they find 2 of them for him. So 1 out, 0-1 count, base is empty. Bobcats on top of the Cardinals, 8-5. And pitch is high for ball 1, evens count, 1-1. Megan Gorkow has flied to left field and singled in her first 2 at-bats here in game 2. Pops up down first base line. Birkin comes in, makes the catch in foul territory. And 2 away,
Now up for the Bobcats. Center
which will bring
fielder,
up
number
Jaden
12,
Thies,
Jaden Tice.
the center fielder.
Sometimes those little dinkers like that aren't as easy as they would appear, you
No,
know?
they're not. Especially if they have like a spin on them.
Correct.
Hits your glove and spins off the opposite way. I've seen that a few times. And another pop-up out to Tenley Cavanaugh out second. She gets underneath it, makes the catch to end the Bobcat 5th. But not before they put 2 more runs on the board with a big home run by Angie Gorkow. There was 1 hit, 1 error, 2 runs scored, nobody left. And we'll head to the bottom of the 5th when we come back here on KMAQ.
2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and no runners left on base.
Jimmy, run 2 again this time, please.
Coming up for the Cardinals, Tenley Cavanaugh, Michaela Birkin, and Abby Strathman. Up for the Cardinals, number 9, second base, Tenley Cavanaugh.
And back here at the softball complex, Tenley Cavanaugh to lead things off in the bottom of the 5th for the Cardinals. Pops one out to short right field. It's going to drop. And Cavanaugh will be safe first with a single to get things started in the 5th. That'll bring up Michaela Birkin, who was struck out and grounded out to short. Ball's low in the dirt. Cavanaugh takes off to second, throws high down to second, so it'll be no tag as Cavanaugh slides in safely. Pitch was called a ball, so it's 1-0 on Birkin at the plate. Birkin tries to bunt. It popped up in the air. Catcher comes out of her crouch over to make the catch, and there's 1 away.
Third base, number 20, Abby Strathman.
Bring up third baseman Abby Strathman, who was reached on a fielder's choice and doubled. Puts it on the ground to short. Backhanded by Robinson. Nice throw to first. And the first base is going to throw back to third base, and they're going to get Tenley Cavanaugh on the tag at third for the double play, and that'll quickly end the bottom of the 5th for the Cardinals. We'll head to the 6th. Benton with the 8-5 lead over Maquoketa here on KMAQ. Did you win tonight?
Yeah.
Did you homer?
Huh?
Did you homer? No. Good job on the win, though. Did you pitch?
Bottom of the fifth with no runs, 1 hit.
Did you pitch?
No errors,
Yeah.
no runners left on base. Coming up for the Bobcats, Sarah Gorkow, Carson Semiroff, and Olivia Jantz.
I didn't get it tangled up. You have it tangled up.
And back here at the softball field, the Cardinal girls trailing the Benton Bobcats 8-5 as we go to the top of the sixth. Bobcats will have up Sarah Gorkow, Carson Semiroff, and Olivia Jan, 7, 8, and 9 in their order. So not the bottom of the fifth we wanted there, was it, Kate?
No, it wasn't.
Started out promising and then quickly turned sour. Weebengay with the pitch. It's high, ball 1.
That's fine. What time? 12:30 until she. Well, you have camp, right? Or no, camp's over.
And the 1-0 pitch is high for 2-0 count. Top of the sixth and no outs. 8-5 Benton on top of Maquoketa. And ball 3 from Weebengay. It's 3-0 to the hitter, Sarah Gorkow, the DH in this game. And she'll take ball 4 high and walk
Now
on
for the
4
Bobcats,
pitches.
Number 13, pitcher Kate Busher.
So Kate Busher will hit for Carson Semiroff. And she'll take ball high, ball 1. Busher came on in relief in the 3rd inning for the starter Vogt. And she'll hit a liner out to left field, right at Addie Bowman, who makes the catch, 1 away. That leaves Sarah Gorkow at first,
Number 5, right fielder,
1 down.
Olivia Jantz.
And I'll bring up Olivia Jans, the right fielder, who in usual fashion form will start batting from the left side. And if she gets 2 strikes, we'll probably see her switch over to the right side.
I was just thinking our outfielders getting quite a lot of action in
Yeah.
the second game.
Yes, they are. Making some plays, though, on a
Yeah.
lot of them. There's been a few that there was no way they were going to get to in time.
Right. Those ones hitting the fence for sure.
And the 1-0 to Jans. Hits it on the ground to the pitcher. And it's going to be safe at first as she beats the throw.
Now up for the Bobcats. Number 4.
I think there was a little hesitation on who was going to pick that up. You know, they were all kind of there at the same time, Jenna and Abby.
So Gorkow will move to second base. Jantz at first, and 1 down. Taylor Robinson will come up to bat, and we'll have a pinch runner, or courtesy runner. Be a courtesy runner for Gorkow at second. Waiting for the umpire to announce the number on the runner.
Now courtesy running. Number 14, Kayla Lamb.
Kayla Lamb will be the courtesy runner. So 1 down, 2 on. Runners at second and first for the Bobcats. Robinson, the shortstop, at the plate. She has popped up to short, grounded to short, and flied out to right here in game 2, and sends a high pop fly out towards left center. Addie Bowman almost makes the catch. She had to go a long way, hit her, just get off the tip of her glove, and falls to the ground. They'll score the runner from second. Jans will end up at third, and Robinson will be standing at second with a double. So that makes it 9-5. And Claire Hackman will go out and talk to her pitcher, Jenna Wiebengay, here. And Angie Gorkow will be the batter. She's popped up to first, singled to left, and homered to left in her bats. So Hackman and Wiebengay's conference, the pitching circle's over. Wiebengay waits for the signal, gets it, steps up to the rubber. And the pitch called, strike 1. Top of the 6th inning here from Maquoketa. Bobcats up 9-5 over the Cardinals. 1 down, there's 2 runners on, 1 at third, 1 at second. 0-1, ground ball out to Sydney Taylor. Short throw to first in time. Scores another run as Jans crosses home plate. But there's 2 down. Robinson advances over to third.
Number 15, Gabby McKee.
And now it's 10-5. And now bring up the left fielder, Gabby McKee, who has popped up to short, walked, and reached on an error. Benton's head coach has a little quick conference with McKee before she'll step to the batter's box. Cardinals start out with a 5-0 lead through 3. But since then have given up 10 unanswered runs, and there's a high pop fly out to left center again. It's going to fall in between the 2 outfielders for an RBI single, scoring Robinson from third.
Catcher, number 11, Brielle Hogan.
And it's now 11-5. Cardinals scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, while shutting out Benton. But Benton since then, 6 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 3 here so far in the sixth. As pitch is called ball 1 to Brielle Hogan to make it 1-0. McKee at first, 2 down. Pitch from Wiebengay, swung on and popped up down the first base line. Birkin is there to make the catch in foul territory to end the inning, but not before the Bobcats score 3 more runs on 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Bobcats on top of the Cardinals, 11-5. You're listening to Maquoketa Cardinal Girls Softball on KMAQ. My voice is starting to crack. I can
So
feel it.
you manually changed the score
Yeah, on this.
on that. Okay.
1 runner left on base.
That's why I can't do it for basketball, because it's constant and you got to start and stop clock. And back here at the softball field, where Cardinal girls got a challenge in front of them, don't they, Kate? Down 11-5 and 2 more at bats left to go.
They sure do. Hopefully, you know, we've had some good bats, but bats have been going. Hopefully they can pick it up here in this inning, put a couple of them together.
Need one of them innings like we did in the first game where what did we score? Six runs back in.
Even now, if we could just get an inning like the third inning where we scored 3,
Right.
you know, you score 3 this inning and score 3 the next inning, and or 4 would be better.
Actually, I was thinking of the third inning in this game. We had 3 runs that inning. Anything to get some momentum back.
Right.
Cardinals have up 8-9-1, and Jenna Wiebengay will lead things off with a high fly ball to center field, which is going to be caught by Jaden Ties out there for the Bobcats. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Addie Bowman is a called ball 1 outside. And looks like Addie tried to put the bunt on, didn't pull it back in time, and it's called strike 1, evens count 1-1. And she gets the bunt down this time. Pitcher picks it up, throws to first, and Addie, I think, would have beaten it out had she the second baseman was covering, hang on to it, but it got behind her, and Addie's safe at first.
Number 2, Hope Meyer.
So with
All right,
one
we got a
down,
little start.
1 down, and Addie on first base. That'll bring up top of the order with Hope Meyer, who has grounded to third, grounded to short, and struck out in game 2. Takes ball 1 outside. Second pitch, ball 2. Throw back behind Addie at first base. Not in time to get her. She's safe at first. 2-0 to Meyer at the plate. 1 down here in the.
We definitely have to be aggressive on the bases here. I mean, you know, in this situation, down by 6. But we do have some speed out there.
Yep. Called strike on. It's 3-1 is the count. And a ground ball back to the pitcher by Meyer. Throws over to first to retire Meyer. Bowman will take over at second safely.
The Cardinals, number 5, shortstop, Sydney Taylor.
And with 2 down and Bowman out at second. And the 0-1 from Busher. Ground ball down towards third. Picked up. Throw to first. Gets Taylor by less than a step at first.
Close. To
end the Cardinal inning in the 6th. So they scored no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors. 1 left on. We'll head to the 7th final inning. Benton Bobcats on top of the Cardinals 11-5, and we come back on KMAQ.
There's the end of the bottom of the 6th. We have no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Coming up for Benton, Megan Gorkow, Jane Tice, and Sarah Gorkow.
And back here at the softball field in Maquoketa. I'd like to take this time here as we go to the top of the 7th. The Cardinal girls finishing their warm-ups. Thank all our sponsors in Maquoketa, of Eldridge, and Dr. Appliance Sales and Service, who will be the sponsor for this 7th inning here in Game 2. So Benton will have up 5, 6, 7 hitters in their lineup. Leading off will be Megan Gorkow, the second baseman. Bobcats on top 11-5 here in the 7th. William Gay's pitch fouled off.
I think if Jenna could keep a few pitches down low, you know, if they do make contact, at least they'll be grounders as opposed to hitting them out there to the outfield.
Yeah, ever since the 4th inning, she's been consistently high with almost everything. And ball low goes, evens the count at 1-1.
I think it's just something that comes with experience. You know, she's still just a freshman.
Future's bright, that's for sure. I mean, the Cardinals do have quite a few young players. As the 1-1 pitch is skied out towards shallow right field, and Tenley Cavanaugh
Up now for the Bobcats.
shades
Number
herself
12,
out to
center
the
fielder,
fringe of the
J.2.
outfield to make the catch from second base. 1 down here in the top of the 7th. So the center fielder, G.2, will be up for the Bobcats. She has singled and doubled and grounded out in her 3 at-bats. And she'll take the first pitch, ball 1, from Wiebengay. And the 1-0 from Jenna. Swung on, line drive over Strathman's head at third into left field. Bowman gets it in quickly to Cavanaugh at second, and Ties has another single. So she's 3 for 4 in game 2.
For Benton, number 14, Kayla Lamb.
Now Kayla Lamb will bat in place of Sarah Gorkow. She gets a little pop-up out to Tenley out at second base. Cavanaugh makes the catch for out number 2.
Now up to bat for Benton.
Seems like Jenna's made that little adjustment here. These last few pitches have been, you know, they haven't been higher in the zone.
Yep. I'll bring up the pitcher, Kate Busher. She lined out to Addie Bowman out in left field in her first at-bat last inning. And she'll take ball 1 and start this at-bat from Jenna. Wiebengay has the sign. Here's the windup. The 1-0's fouled away, out of play, 1-1. And the 1-1 is high, ball 2. Makes the count 2-1. Throw down to check the runner first, back safely. And the 2-1 from Wiebegay swung on, popped up out to center field. Hope Meyer gets underneath it, puts it in the glove for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Bobcats scored no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors, 1 left on. Cardinals come up for their final at-bat, having to score 6 runs in order to extend this game, as the Bobcats have 11-5 lead when we come back here on KMAQ.
Top of the 7th ended with no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Coming up for the Cardinals, Claire Hackman, Carlene Paul, and Tenley Cavanaugh.
I feel like Tenley was just up. Oh, she was up in the 5th. That's when I went to the bathroom.
Yeah. And back here is Cardinals down to their final 3 outs, down 6 runs, 11-5 to Benton Community. They'll have up 3, 4, and 5 in their order: Claire Hackman, Carlene Paul, and Tenley Cavanaugh. Hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast tonight, as I did. Glad to have Kate join me for this. As It's not easy to carry this by yourself. It's always nice to have that extra person to bounce some stuff off of at times. And thank you for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. I guess I've learned a lot. Also,
Now you'll be an old hat the next time you do it.
yeah, patience. Patience is very key. There we
Hackman
go.
will start off the bottom of the 7th on the first pitch. Sends it to the alley between left and center. All the way, rolls all the way to the fence, and she'll stand up with second base with a double. So it ain't over yet here in Maquoketa. Hackman starts off the inning with the double, and they'll bring up Carleen Paul.
That was a solid hit.
It was. It was a line driver.
It was.
Our next broadcast on KMAQ for the softball varsity girls will be Wednesday, June 26th. They have a home doubleheader against Marion. Pre-game at 5:45. First pitch at 6 p.m. That's Wednesday, June 26th here on KMAQ and the Cardinals girls softball team. Carleen Paul swings and fouls off the first pitch from Busher. Second pitch is a ball for evens out the count, 1-1. Called strike 2 to Paul.
I feel like I finally feel a cool breeze.
I know. It's turned dark out there, and there's finally a little breeze coming through the window. Ball 2 outside, 2-2. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So one down here in the bottom of the 7th. They'll bring up Tinley Kavanaugh. Our next boys baseball varsity broadcast on KMAQ will be on Thursday, June 27th, the next night after the softball game. And the boys will be at South Tama for a doubleheader starting at 5 p.m., pregame at 4:45. Strike 1 to Kavanaugh, 0-1 the count. Swung on, line drive out to second base. It's handled out there at second by Gorkow.
Now for the Cardinals.
For the second out.
First base.
Hackman still at second. And the Cardinals down to their final out. Bring up Michaela Birkin, the first baseman. She has struck out, grounded out, and popped up to the catcher in her 3 at-bats. And she'll take ball 1. And the 1-0 called strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Evens count at 1-1. Ground ball down to third. Birkin trying hard to get down that line. The throw is in time to end the Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th. And Benton will come out of here with the doubleheader sweep with an 11-5 victory here in Game 2 after winning Game 1, 6-2. That'll be a quick wrap-up here as, Kate, they did play competitively like they have been all season. I mean, it's nothing, it's just some youth and putting more hits, stringing them together, and closing things out.
I think you're right. I know I've mentioned already that I've talked to Coach Nelson, and she has said that the bats are just a huge difference this year. You know, I don't think they were swinging them quite as much last year, so I think that's definitely positive and encouraging for the future. And like, you know, she's out a couple of games here, and so you fill in with a younger player. Not that they didn't do a great job; they absolutely did. But it's just, you know how varsity athletics is. You just got to have a little experience, and you can prepare for as many situations as you know, you practice situations, but it seems like every game there's at least something that you maybe haven't seen before.
Yeah, I think the trend has been, in most of the sports in Maquoketa, has been you don't have that senior class after senior class after senior class after senior class anymore that's just loaded with talent that kids are playing. It's been a bunch of mixtures of the lower levels, grades, and trying to mesh it all. And it just hasn't been that main part where you have all that senior leadership.
Right. It is nice we have 3 seniors this year as opposed to last year we just had the one, you know, Brooke and Waller. So that is nice to add a couple more to your mix there. So, but yeah. I mean, like you said it earlier. There's a bright future here. We've got lots of really talented players coming up who love softball and who put in a lot of time. I mean, not just in practice, but we're talking year round. You know, a couple months off during the year, but they're in cages, they're hitting, they're pitching, they're putting in the time.
Well, again, I thank you for joining me, Kate, and look forward to working more games with you in the future. And Benton comes away with the sweep, game 1, 6-2, and 11-5 game 2. Benton will move to 7-6 overall in the season, 5-4 in the Walmac. Maquoketa will drop to 2-7 overall, 2-7 in conference play. For Kate Cavanaugh, I'm Dale Scott. Thanks for listening here on Maquoketa Cardinal Girls Softball on KMAQ.
Phew.
That's what they say, Keegan. It's a wrap. Thanks, Jimmy.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Next time I'll do a little more.
Have a good night. See, I like doing just the MCSN stuff because